All right. Hi, good morning. My name is Anisha, and I'm the treasurer for Duke Society of Women Engineers, or Duke SWE. So SWE is an organization that serves primarily female engineers here at Duke. We have approximately 70 active members, about 20 in the freshman, junior, and senior classes, and 10 sophomores. We try and support female engineering students in many ways. About once a semester, we go to a SWE conference, the national conference in the fall, the regional conference in the spring. We have a mentorship program where we pair freshmen, incoming female freshman engineers with upperclassmen mentors. Throughout the semester, throughout the school year, we do various outreach events where we go and we try and recruit younger girls to get them encouraged about engineering and science. We have lots of corporate relations with in different industries, including engineering, consulting, and different things that female engineers like to go into. And then we try and connect all of our members with academic resources. In particular, we connect underclassmen with upperclassmen, and we try and connect all of our members with professional resources, such as different professors in engineering disciplines. Going forward, we're hoping to collaborate more with other organizations that serve engineers and focus more on our middle classes, because we tend to have lots of freshman members and lots of senior members, but not as many in the middle. Last year and the year before, we received $1250 in EAC funding. In the previous years, we've used this money to host an event during Alumni Weekend where students can connect with alumni members, and this has been a really great networking resource for them and has helped SWE maintain great alumni connections. However, this weekend, Alumni Weekend, was the same weekend as our national conference, so some of the money we received from EAC in the previous years went towards a new brunch that we started for our mentoring program to kick it off and to get more freshmen excited about this and try and build these lasting relations. Our brunch was really successful. We had about 80 students come. Here are some pictures from the event. So throughout the year, we have a lot of events that are ongoing. So we have our mentorship program. We have the kickoff in September, and we try and do events throughout the school year to keep those connections fresh and going. We have our national conference in the fall. We have our regional conference in the spring. Whenever we have corporate members on campus, we try and do events with them. And then our outreach activities, which I'll talk about a little bit later. We have approximately one a month, sometimes more. And we're trying to initiate a new campaign, which I'll again talk about later, that will be in the spring this year. So our SWE Buddies mentoring program is our program I've talked about a little bit that connects first-year female engineering students with an upperclassman mentor. This year we had our SWE Kickoff Brunch, which cost about $500 in catering, and it was very successful, and we'd like to continue having these events throughout the school year. So we are requesting $2,000 for approximately 4 catered events, one at the beginning of the year next year, and then 2 through the semester, so around November, around March, and then 1 at the end of the year. We feel that having these events, these catered events throughout the year will encourage both the upperclassmen mentors and freshmen to come to more of these events, to make these relations more lasting. We've gotten feedback in the past that it kind of starts the Buddies program starts in August, and it's very successful in August and September, and then the relations kind of die down as upperclassmen get very busy, which makes sense, but we'd like to make it more sustainable. And then, as I mentioned previously, SWE does a lot of outreach events in the community to try and encourage younger girls to be interested in science and engineering. So we've requested some money for that. Next month, we have an event, TechnoQuest, which is with the other SWE sections at NC State in the professional section, in which we host outreach events, in which we host STEM events for Girl Scouts in middle and high school. This event's, we've been doing this for the past few years. It's been pretty successful, but it does cost a little bit of money, and so we're requesting money for transportation and supplies for the event. Similarly, we've started a new outreach event at Magnum Elementary School here in Durham, where we run science and engineering activities with fourth graders. We come into their classrooms about once a month, and we do these activities. We had our first one this past week, and it was pretty successful. So we're requesting $250 for that to pay for supplies and transportation to and from the site. There's going to be about 8 of these throughout the school year. We're also requesting money for FEMS Capstone. FEMS is an organization that we collaborate with on campus that runs that also does science and engineering type activities with 4th to 6th grade girls from all over the area, from all over the Triangle area. So they have their capstone in the spring here on campus, and so we're requesting $100 for supplies for that. This year we are trying to initiate a new campaign on campus. The Sit With Me campaign is a national campaign that recognizes that women and other minorities have important contributions to STEM fields, that they can bring a different perspective and they have different life experiences. And so in order to have the most innovative new technologies, that we should really encourage them to go into science and engineering, yet many of these women have stories of discrimination that we should really flesh out, so that way we can create a dialogue and build unity among all of those who feel that they have been discriminated in some way against, and so we can try and move forward and make engineering more open to women and other minorities. So we're not exactly sure how this is going. We are in talks with the professionals section of SWE and the NC State section, but regardless, we're requesting $1,000 for materials. So for this campaign, we do need to buy a red chair. The red chair is kind of the symbol of it. And we were hoping to use this money for publicity, for posters and other things, and catering. And if we decide to make a collaborative event with with the other engineering SWE sections, then we'd also request money for transportation and a hall reservation. Lastly, we're requesting $500 to help with costs for our regional conference. The regional conference this year is in Tennessee, and it's going to be in the February-March timeframe. Every year we send 2 women to the conference, and this year we're hoping to send them with very little, without them having to pay too much money. These conferences are a great opportunity for women to gain professional development skills, to learn from panels of senior engineering women, to go to networking sessions and career fairs, and then they often come back to campus and tell us about what a great experience it was and they share their knowledge with underclassmen. And so we always go to this conference, and we really hope to get some money so they don't have to pay as much out of pocket. This year we've received some funding from other sources. We received $5,643 from SOFC, but the majority of that went towards our national conference, and we have a little bit left for our regional conference. We received $1,000 from the dean's office that went towards hotels for our national conference, and we recently received $1,100 from ESG. So that's it. Thank you. Is there any questions?
So has some of that money already been allocated to your requests, or are you looking for the total, I guess, sum of the requests that you've made on the previous slides? Are those all for EAC, or?
Yeah. So the national conference this year was in LA, which was farther than our previous national conferences. So we actually spent about $2,000 out of our funds, so we pretty much emptied our own funds. So the $1,100, we were hoping to just replenish our funds, so we had a little bit. Some of that if you'll notice, we only asked for $500 towards outreach events. A lot of that $1,100 was allocated towards outreach events.
All right, well, thanks very much.
Thanks. Thank you.